Do not touch your phone. Right after today's tech update, we're diving into a must-hear call from my weekend Kim Commando show that you can get as a podcast. It's called Kim Commando Today. As I predicted, Apple unveiled 3 new iPads. Thinner, bigger, lighter, and much faster. There's just one little problem. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by NetSuite. Attention business owners, get a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program at netsuite.com/Kim. The headline product is Apple's new iPad Pro with Apple's super fast and AI-ready M4 chip. This iPad is the first to come with an OLED Retina display, meaning the pixels are so small that your eyes can't detect them. The image is stunning. Don't get too excited by AI. Apple claims only that the M4 chips are AI ready. The big question is, what should you use it for? iPads, even these new ones, live in kind of a no man's land. Not really a computer. It can't replace your smartphone. It's too big to carry around, too small for serious work. Personally, my main use for an iPad is watching videos and playing games. The new iPad will be a very expensive device unless you're really into editing videos and animations. Enter to win an iPhone at winfromkim.com. Okay, as promised, here's a standout call for my show. Pastor Nate in Princeton, Nebraska. Hello there, Nate.
Well, hi, Kim. Great to talk to you. I've been listening for long enough to have owned a Commando tab.
Yay! You know what's funny is that we still get tech support requests on that. I'm like, wow, years ago.
Yeah,
that's okay. We still help everybody out. So, what's going on with you?
Well, I was calling because I wondered if you could help me improve the sound on my Facebook Live broadcast. I just have the world's simplest setup. I just put my cell phone on a stand and, log on to Facebook. Okay. That's it. But the sound, the broadcast is pretty good for as little effort as I'm making, but the sound could use some help.
Well, and it's really important, right? Okay. And,
any improvement, it will be a step up.
All right. So, first of all, I'm going to give you a gold star for having a stand, because a lot of people on Facebook Live, I'm sure you've seen them, they hold their camera phone or they hold their smartphone and their camera, whatever it is, and like their hand invariably is not very stable. And so having that stable tripod or whatever it may be is really important. Now, when it comes to sound, you have a couple of options. You go wireless or wired. Since you're sitting down and not walking around, wired's probably the easiest. About every phone has a jack that you can hook in a lav mic to. And so I'm wearing a lav mic right now. And what's nice about the lav mic is that you can get it pretty high up on your shirt. The big thing is if you have long hair like me, is that you want to make sure that your hair doesn't brush against it, or your shirt or your jacket. And so if you ever look at where people position it as newscasters, that's always a good rule of thumb you want to get it like right underneath your chin, as high as you can get without getting any type of interference. Now, there's also some, if you don't want to wear a lav mic, is that it's really actually kind of sweet, is that they have mics that you can put directly, they attach directly onto the top of the phone. And there's one in particular that I really like for your type of setup. It's a stereo recording. And so instead of just one mic, you have 2 mics. And so if you can imagine this, is that there's a stand, you put your phone in, and then you're gonna use a 3.5 millimeter stereo mic input, but it has 2 mics on the top. So you're actually going to be recording in stereo instead of just mono. Now, as far as the lav mic, you're probably looking at about $25. The stereo mic, you're looking at $160. A lav mic is probably like $15. So what I can do, Pastor, is I can give you links to all 3.
That'd be great.
And then you can decide which one is going to be the best. How are you promoting your Facebook Live?
Facebook was a tool that we'd used originally just for my own family, but I realized that quite a few people within our congregation were already on. And so it just was an easy access when people weren't able to gather, and has continued.
Which is nice.
To be kind of a helpful tool for them.
Yeah, and the thing is that you can create events if you haven't tried that already. And then you create the event, and then people get reminded that this is there. Because, as people get back to work and the pandemic eases up, is that people may forget about what they had when they were all online because they want to go outside. So you can never schedule stuff like that. It really does help. Pastor, thank you so much for your call. I'll post those links over inside the Commando community in the Q&A forum, as well as we'll send them directly to you via email. Thank you, Nate. A standing ovation to you for tuning in. Yay! Now, if you're puzzled by a tech issue, here's your call to action. Head to commando.com, select Email Kim. I read each and every note like it's the final round in a tech trivia game. And you can amp up your tech know-how by getting my free daily newsletter. It's just waiting for you over at getkim.com.